Okay, so that right there is the 5 cube guys. Or, I'm sorry, 3 cube. That's the 3 cube races at the Tip Up race in Michigan. It's Quincy, Michigan, and it's called Tip Up Island. It was a good race. Started snowing, but it's good. It's good competition. Let me see. I don't know about that. Maybe that. Is that okay? Well, we're gonna make it okay. Anyways, so yeah, Tip Up Island. They have this is the 3rd year I think that they've had the chainsaw racing. Last year it wasn't quite frozen, but it was still cold. Like, you know, the lake wasn't frozen, so people couldn't do ice fishing. This year they was doing ice fishing. Some nice fish. Man, the crappie were huge. I mean, the crappie were like big. I mean, like big, like this, and meaty and thick. I was just like, man, that's a good eating there. Anyways, crappie's about the best freshwater fish there is, probably. I think. I mean, my opinione. So, anyways, so shout out to everybody and how they did. Let's see, I have the list up here. There we go. First place goes to Lane Heiser. Second place, Ken Freeman. Third place, Nate Blakesley. Fourth place, Jeff Stiegel. And fifth place, Bodie Pennington. Yay! Yay! I got something, but we'll talk about that a little bit. The big thing to look at here, I think, the one to really, really look at is, where's he at? Where's he at? Curtis. Yeah, there we go. Curtis Snodgrass. He got a time of 8:20. All right. And fifth place, which was me, was 7:60. Why am I talking about Curtis? Well, it's easy because he was running a 44 millimeter open port Husqvarna 50 or 55 setup. So he built that for my horizontal hustle and sent it to me. And yeah, it was it's fine, just like all the rest of them, but it's a Husky 55 that's like, but then, of course, some of the top guys figured out you've really got to put a bigger carburetor on that and some other things here and there. But he went ahead and put a bigger carburetor on his. And the reason it's important is the competition was very stiff in this class, in all the classes. But he was really close to me whenever you put it up side by side. I didn't want to compare him to anybody else because, I don't know, people get our panties all in a twist with stuff like that. And so I was like, well, I'll compare him to me. And so what Curtis did was he kept right there on my doorstep, right, riding my ass the whole way with a 44 millimeter Husky 55 open port chainsaw setup that he built himself. 325 chain, regular square grind that he did himself and everything. Now, he made it to the wood quicker than I did, so he beat me a little bit there, but his saw was not that much slower than mine. And so I just want to applaud you on that one, because you got a 55 Rancher open port to run pretty darn close to my 550 XP, and that's a big deal. So congratulations on that. I did get my 550 XP dynoed, but I'll show you. You can't see nothing, can you? Yeah, you can't see nothing at all. So I did get it dynoed. I know what it actually pulled, and am I disappointed? Absolutely not. No disappointment at all. It's right about where I expected, but only because I was lowballing my expectations, And but what I am is I've got a mystery to figure out. Just like last year, I can't get them to pull into the higher RPMs. I'm making great power, fantastic power. I'm not making fantastic RPM. Same story. So you have to, and if you want horsepower, you have to make fantastic RPM. That's it. Got to make the RPM. And I keep on finding myself incapable of making the really high RPMs. So like what we're seeing here is I'm peaking on the dot at 10,000 RPMs. And it's just not enough. I need to peak at 11 and 11.5, preferably 12, but I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I beat myself up a lot, just like anybody out there who has half a brain and wants to do this. It's like, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm like, and it drives me nuts. But realistically, how many folks are there in the world that have gotten over 6 horsepower with a all-stock component 550 XP? I know that there's a lot of people that think that they have. I was one of them, and a lot of people think that they'd have, but you know what? You put it up there on that machine, and it's like, nope, missed it by just this much. It's just like, son of a bitch. So what does it take? What does it take? Well, there's the mystery. So disappointment is not in the cards. constant questioning is. Like, well, what the hell? What the hell? One fella, you know, he immediately, and it was funny. You know who you are. You know, he had a little bit to drink and everything, you know, but we are quick to throw out things. All of us are, and it's a normal thing. But you know, he asked what it made, and I told him, and he goes, "I'd tighten up squish, or no, I'd tighten up the blowdown." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'd tighten up the blowdown, make the blowdown shorter. That's what I'd do if I had that." And I'm like, "I'm at 112, dude, on my transfers. You can't tighten up that blowdown any more than that. You know, you're going to be just losing fuel out the exhaust." But then again, you know what? Maybe he's right. I don't know. It's just funny how we all do it. We all do it. We're men, and we want to throw answers at the problem before we even know what the question really is. So, anyways, oh, my phone keeps on going off. Who is contacting me? I'm going to out you. It's Eric. Eric, I already got the picture after picture. He's sending me the race results. That's funny. That's really funny. I'm doing the video right now. Anyways, gosh, it's going to keep happening. My gosh. See? Just maybe leave it open and maybe. So, my chainsaw, there was a cheat on it. Yes, absolutely. I had a cheater chain on that chainsaw. And the rules very clearly state that no major chassis modification, and I cheated. But here's the deal, right? This is what was going on. I knew that I was going to take that 550 immediately from there to Dyno Joe's and get it dynoed, and he requires a 3/8 sprocket. And I was like, I'm just running the 3/8 sprocket in the race. But I knew if I put a 3/8 chain on, I felt like it would slow it down. And I have tested that chain with regular 325, and they're like dead nuts even. So I didn't feel like I was gaining any real advantage, even though everyone that I beat would be quick to claim that I was cheating. And, you know, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that 2 of the top 5 were 2-piece head saws, and they weren't supposed to be there. But whatever. I don't care. Now, if it was the difference between me winning and losing and stuff like that, I would care. But and there were some people talking about it. You know, at this point, I'm nowhere near winning, and so it's not a big deal to me. But other people who are close to winning, right, are like, that's kind of bullshit, you know? But in the rules, it just said stock appearing. And that is very loosely translated. And so, you know, I talked with Jared. Jared Hoth is the main guy that kind of put this together. He had help and everything. I thank you very much for all the people that put this on. Really appreciate it. But, you know, I was talking with Jared about it, and I was like, you know, I don't care, but just so you know, people out here are bitching. You know, they really don't like how there's some head saws, is what you call it. You know, 2-piece cylinders where they got a removable head and everything. You know, one of them, like I said, I don't care enough to out anybody, so I just don't care. I know the people, and they're good people, and they're just kind of doing the thing, you know. And if somebody was to say, hey, you can't do that, they'd be like, okay, you know, no problem. But you always try and push it and everything. But one of those saws was a 550 XP built by the best builder on the planet. So it was just like, yeah, I was sitting, I saw it, and I saw the tag on the top of the chainsaw, and I looked over at Brandon, who was sitting right next to me, and I was like, yeah, if he doesn't fuck up, that's first place right there. just you know it, you'd know. So, but anyways, perhaps for next year, Jared will tighten up the rules a little bit more. I don't know. I don't have a dog in that fight. honestly don't really care so much. But for my own thoughts, that chain on a low horsepower saw is going to do right what a 325 chain will. Now you put that chain on a high horsepower saw, you know, somewhere up around 9 or 10 horsepower, it's going to sing. It's really going to sing. But on that little 550, no, there's really no difference between what it does, the way it performs on that 550 versus a 325 on that 550. And you may be listening to this going, you're making excuses, Bodie. I don't care. I don't care. There's so much pissy bickering back and forth in the chainsaw community right now. Shut the fuck up, people. Shut up. Quit bitching about other porters. I'm going to try and make that all I'm going to say, you know? But a lot of times we, as strong, confident, and sometimes insecure men, we feel like we need to be the sheriffs of the world. Well, I'm here to tell you, now that I've gotten older, I understand that I don't need to be the sheriff of the world. And unless someone personally wrongs you, shut the fuck up. Leave them alone. Shut up. I don't care if their muffler mod doesn't look as good as what you would do. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Leave people alone. I have personally witnessed some top dogs in this game and some not so top dogs in this game. Some dogs that are little wiener dogs trying to be a big Doberman, and they're like, I can do this, blah, 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 but really they're just a wiener dog. And then all of a sudden they build a saw and it doesn't work right. And they're, oh, well, excuse. Everyone can fuck up. Quit thinking that you need to point it out. I have seen some really top dogs. Really top dogs. They build this saw and they build it with complete intentions of being this really super hot runner, and it ain't. And what do? They go ahead and send it back to the customer. You know, I've seen that stuff happen personally. Well, I mean, not to me, but, you know, my friends and stuff, and I see it. Well, the way we handle stuff like this as men is we give that person a chance to make it right. If I sent a saw out, I did have a handful of saws that I did that I was like, this is, and most of my stuff is like that because I'm not a productive porter or anything. But, you know, if I truly send something out and you're truly disappointed, and if it's something that you paid for and you didn't get, then yeah, send it back to me. Don't send it to somebody else, have them break it apart and then break down my work. It's just childish bullshit. Just fucking bullshit. I almost want somebody to do it to one of my saws so that I can just light into them, you know, have a reason to fucking say some shit. But here I am getting all worked up over people just bitching about other men who are doing work that their customers are happy with. And I can't figure out why. Do they think that it'll make them look better? All it's doing is making you look bad. Every time you bitch about somebody else's work, right? For no good reason. It's just making you look like an idiot. And yeah, get one of my saws and break them apart. See what happens to you then. Yeah. It's sorry. I am mean. You know, and you know, people are just assholes for no reason, and I don't understand it at all. You know, I mean, why? Why? You know, I mean, unless they're stealing your saw and not giving it back, or sending it back with Chinese parts, you know, and someone doing some really atrocious shit, right? Why? Why? I had one guy bitch about my port job. Now he did it. He was the one bitching about it, but it was a free port job. It was a free port job, and he bitched about it. Anyways, that's enough of that. Congratulations again for the top 5. And the reason I'm saying top 5 in this one, guys, is because that's the way they did it. The top 5 actually won money. So in this class, I actually got money. I got $10. Woo! But anyways, yeah, I think that the guys who run the forums on Facebook should put a stop to the bitching. But with the main chainsaw group, Chainsaw Repair, it is ran by a guy who loves to bitch about other people's work. And I just don't get it, you know? I don't get it. It's, why are you doing this? Why are you allowing this to happen? This man feeds his children off of his repair business and his porting business, right? And without even knowing anything about him or the saw in question, you just believe what other people say and you immediately just explode and go ban him and call him a hack and all that stuff. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Be a man and just enjoy life. And if you have a problem with somebody, find them, talk with them, work through that problem. Say, this is what I'm seeing. Give them an opportunity to say, well, hey, man, I talked with that customer and that customer was okay with everything that I did. So step off, go away, you know? Anyways, I get tired of seeing it. You want to see a good video? Watch Tree Monkey's newest video on his thoughts. That is a man that's, he's like one of the godfathers of this new modern knowledge that we have of porting chainsaws. And yeah, it's just like, grow up. I'm sick of the 7th grade mentality. So anyways, there we go. Boy, I just went off, didn't I? Later.